It's another big night in the NBA with 6 really good games, and if we can predict them, we can win $25,000. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into another edition here of Winning Bets. I'm your host, Jason Mattis, as always. This is one of our free contests that we played, and it's around the NBA action, and it's over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. We can win $25,000 if we can correctly predict 6 NBA games. We got to get the winner right and the win margin right, and if we can do so, we'll take home that prize. Otherwise, if nobody can do it, we can win a guaranteed $1,000 prize when we get the most points. You get 3 points right if you can correct the team to win, and then you get an additional 2 points right if you can get that win margin right. Had to rock the Kobe shirt on today's show. Obviously, the other day was the anniversary of his death, so had to pull out the Kobe shirt for today's show. Just an amazing player on the court. So much fun to watch. His competitiveness, his drive was just absolutely unmatched. There's a reason why, when Kobe stepped on that court every single night, he was going to be the best player. He just had that motivation and drive. So, Black Mamba, baby. Black Mamba for always. As for how we did last week here in the game, there were only 5 games last week because one of the games was postponed due to COVID-related issues. We got 2 right, and we got 1 win margin right, and nobody got that jackpot right. The big upset of the week last week was the Cavs beat the Nets. Nobody seemed to have that one right, so that one got everybody out, but we'll look to do better. As always, my research always involves the last 3 games, so keep that in mind. And at the end of this video, I'll give you guys another free bet, which I've started to do here on the last couple, and in those free bets, we are 2-0 in those free bets, so we're cashing them. So let's jump on into it, though, and see how we'll do. All right, so the first game here is going to be the Pistons and the Cavs. The Cavs, they're better offensively. It's not a huge advantage, but they are better efficiently. They have a better field goal percentage. They're a little bit more efficient, and they score a little bit more points. The only thing that the Pistons do better on offense is they shoot the 3 a lot better. They're about 10% percentage points better at shooting the 3. If we look at defensively, though, and I could give you the defensive numbers here, but, the Pistons are better, but boy, are the numbers skewed for the Cavs. And it's because I used the last 3 games, and in those last 3 games, the Cavs have gone up against the Nets, the Celtics, and the Lakers. So, both of these teams are generally bottom feeders in the league in terms of, their overall record and what have you. And most teams are going to, in that position, bottom feeder of the league, are going to struggle against those 3 teams. So the numbers say that the Pistons are better, but if you look at the overall numbers, I just wanted to glance at the overall numbers. The Cavs certainly aren't as bad as what this recent 3-game stretch is. And it's because of their opponents. Rebounding, though, it's about even, though. The Pistons will get more on the offensive side, but the Cavs will get more on the defensive side. Possessions per game comes in relatively even. There's going to be no Blake Griffin in this matchup here for the Pistons, and if you watch my daily show, that's a heartbreaker there for me. The Pistons are 1-6 on the road this season. The Cavs are 5-4 at home. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Cavs to win this matchup. And I think the Cavs will win it by 3-4. They're at home, taking advantage of the home court against the Pistons' road struggles. And again, with them having the better offense, I think their defense will now snap back against a very winnable game for them on their home court. Next matchup we got the Nuggets and the Heat, and this is a mismatch on paper. The Nuggets do a lot better than this Heat team. They're better on offense. They shoot the ball better. They're a lot better from the 3-point range. They're shooting the ball about 12% percentage points higher. In terms of offense efficiency, they rank 6th, where the Heat rank 30th, and then they score more points per game. In fact, not only do they score more points per game, it's about 25 to 26 more points per game, this Nuggets team. So a lot better offensively, and then the advantages carry over on the defensive side. While field goal percentage may be about even, they're better defending the 3. They're they're a little bit more efficient there on that defensive side. So a big advantage here to the Nuggets. And then their advantages spill over on the rebounding side. A big advantage here on hitting the glass. The Nuggets will get about 12 more on the offensive side, and then they'll also allow 7 less on the defensive side. So, and then you couple that in with possessions per game. The Nuggets are averaging about 7 more possessions per game. This one here on paper is relatively easy. We know for the Heat, they're still having a lot of injuries and COVID-related issues. You still get no Butler, no Silva, no Leonard, no Bradley, Harkless, just a lot of guys missing there from that Heat lineup. So, and the Nuggets are 6-2 on the road this season, so they travel really well. To me, this was an easy one to pick in terms of the team. It's the Nuggets will win this game. I've got the Nuggets winning this game by 7 to 8 points. Next matchup here is the Lakers and the 76ers. This is definitely the big boy matchup of the week that they give us here of the six. Offensive-wise, not a huge real discrepancy here against these teams. Field goal percentage about even. 3-point percentage is about even. Points are relatively even as well. Sixers may get a few more, about 3 to 4 more points, but it's about even on offense. And then that evenness really carries over on the defensive side. The only real thing that the Lakers do better is they're better at defense efficiency. They're second in defense efficiency, where the 76ers are 19th. And in that defensive efficiency, that's where points per game really goes in the Lakers' favor. They're doing about 12 less points per game is what they're allowing. So the percentages may be even, but the Lakers do seem to have a much better defense there. The boards, the 76ers will hit the boards a little bit better. They're better on the offensive and the defensive side on the boards. Possessions per game are about even. Going into this game, both teams are relatively healthy. LeBron and AD are both questionable for this game, but to be fair, they've been questionable and on the injury report for damn near every game this season. So I don't really read a whole lot too much in that game. This one's going to come down to though strength versus strength. The Lakers are 10-0 on the road this season, and the 76ers are 9-1 at home on the season. So that is who's going to win, their strength versus their strength. I'm going to give the edge here to the Lakers. I think they can go ahead and pull it out, and I'm going to say the Lakers will win the game by 5 to 6 points. Next matchup here we got is the Celtics and the Spurs. Offensively speaking here, the Celtics should have their way. I mean, they're shooting the ball 50% from field goal percentage, where the Spurs come in at 44. That's first versus 24th in the league. That carries over right on into the three-point land. The Celtics will shoot at about 47%, where the Spurs come in at 33%. Celtics are more efficient. They're ranked second as opposed to the Spurs 16th. And then they're getting more points. That's not too big of a shocker based on those other three metrics that I gave you. It's about 12 to 11 more points per game is what the Celtics are getting. Defensive, though, it's a little bit more even, right? Field goal percentage is about even. 3-point percentage is about even. Points per game is a little bit in the Celtics' favor, but not a huge much. About 4 to 5 points. So the big advantage here, though, is going to come where the Celtics will just have the better offense, the more efficient offense at this point in the season, because rebounding is about even, and then the possessions per game is also about even. So I'll take the better offense in this matchup, even though they are on the road. Give me the Celtics winning this game, and I'll take the Celtics to win this game by 3 to 4 points. Next matchup here is we've got the Mavericks versus the Jazz. This one, the Jazz, I think will have their way. While their field goal percentage is about even, they shoot the ball better from the three, and because of that, they get more points. They're getting about 7 more points. It's because more of their points per game come from the three. Otherwise, they're about even from field goal percentage and efficiency. These two teams are two of the best in the league in terms of offensively. Defensively, though, this is where you start to get into that Jazz advantage. They hold their opponents to a better field goal percentage. They hold their opponents to a better 3-point field goal percentage. The Mavericks come in 30th in defensive efficiency, where the Jazz come in at 6th, and then the Jazz hold their opponents to roughly about 14 less points per game. And then the defensive advantage spills in right over to the rebounding advantage. Monster advantage there on the rebounds. The Jazz will get about 9 more on the offensive side, and then they'll allow about 13 less on the defensive side. So, and possessions per game, Jazz get 2 more. No real big advantage there. So offense is relatively easy, but because there's a defensive advantage that goes in the Jazz favored, big rebounding advantage favored here for the Jazz. Jazz are at home in this matchup. I like the Jazz to win this game. I think they'll win this game by 5 to 6 points. And then the last matchup here is Timberwolves versus Warriors. Before I even did the research on this game, I kind of thought it's going to be pretty tough here to pick the, Timberwolves to, beat the Warriors. And while the numbers may be relatively close, that is the way I've went in the end, is the Warriors will end up winning this game. So the field goal percentage, though, on the offensive side, it's about even, regular field goal percentage and 3-point field goal percentage. But efficiency is where the Warriors will have their advantage. They're ranked 18th as opposed to the Timberwolves are ranked 28th. If we look at the defensive side, boy, this is where it's really neck and neck. Neck and neck in field goal percentage, neck and neck in 3-point percentage allowed, neck and neck in efficiency. In fact, they're ranked 22 and 21st. And then points per game allowed, this is neck and neck. It's 118.7 versus 118. So defensive-wise, there's no real advantage here. On the rebounding edge, you might give a very slight edge to the Timberwolves. They'll get about 2 more on offense, and they'll allow about 5 less on defense. So a rebounding edge does go to, the Timberwolves in this one. The Timberwolves, though, are 1-6 on the road. That to me was a big factor here. I'm going to take the Warriors in this matchup. I just think they'll have their way at home. They've been shooting the ball better, not only of late, but also at home. But really, as of late, this Warriors team has really come on and getting some big, impressive wins, as you guys know, against the Lakers and some other, good teams in the NBA. So give me the Warriors win this game. I think the Warriors will win this game by 9 to 10 points. All right, so let's get to that free bet. Let's see if we can keep it going. Like I said, we're 2-0 here on the free bets. This free bet, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to that Mavericks-Jazz game. I just think the Jazz will cover the spread. It's Jazz minus 3.5. I do think that the Jazz will cover that. I know I predicted 5 to 6. It's really hard, on this game with the win margins to, lock in on a win margin here on the game. But I think the Jazz will cover that minus 3.5 for the reasons I just set up, previously. So go ahead and give me Jazz minus 3.5, and that's your free bet. If you're interested in any more free bets, as you guys know, whether it's around these games, my daily show will come out a little bit later on this morning, so you can check that out. There'll be a lot more bets involved around these games, against the spread, money line, and also I'm going to drop some player props. And as always, I'll always have, football bets and other basketball bets on my daily show, so you guys can check that out. Otherwise, I've always trying to be of help to you guys, so go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know that I've been of help to you by hitting that like button. And as always, I wish you good luck on your picks, and I'll see you on the next contest. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.